Hello and welcome to NetLearn 360. In this video, I want to solve a problem to illustrate the parallelogram law of vector addition with you. So let's read this problem together. Determine the magnitude of the resultant R of the two forces and the angle theta between the x-axis and the line of action of the resultant. So simply put, we need the resultant force R and then theta, which is the angle between the resultant force and the x-axis. Alright, so let's get started. I have my y-axis right here. Then I have my x-axis right here. So I have the first F1, which is 900. Okay, so I have 900 newtons. And the angle it makes with the x-axis is 35 degrees. Then I have this force right here. The magnitude of this force is actually 600 newtons. Okay, 600 newtons, and it makes an angle 40 with the 900. So the question is, I want to find the resultant using the parallelogram law. So what I will do is that I will draw parallel sides. So 900 will come here. So 900 will come here. So this is 900 newtons. And then I will complete the parallelogram by drawing parallel to this one, which is 600 newtons. After getting this, then we want to say that the resultant is nothing but the diagonal. So that is the resultant right here. Okay. So the angle between 600 and 900 is 40 degrees. What this means is that if I extend 900 here, I'm still going to get 40 right here. Corresponding angles are always the same. And so angles on a straight line add up to 180. So I'm expecting that this angle is going to be 140. So that once I have 140 plus 40, I get 180. Now how can I find the resultant? So how can I find the resultant? So using the cosine rule, I can write that R squared equals 600 squared plus 900 squared minus 2 into 600 into 900 cosine the angle opposite to the resultant, which is 1/4. Let's all pick our calculators. What is the value of R? So pick your calculator. Alright, so that's my calculator. Pick yours. Let's do this together. And so I'm going to get the square root of 600 squared plus 900 squared minus 2 into 600 into 900 cosine 140. And what is that? I'm going to get 1413.269. So 1413.269. 1413.269 newtons. So that is actually the resultant. But we were asked to find the resultant and then the angle it makes with the x-axis. Now look at this. The angle is actually the whole of this, which is going to be the theta. Okay, this angle that we are talking about is going to be the whole of this angle. The whole of this angle with respect to the x-axis. However, we know that this angle right here is 35. And so I need this small angle to add up to 35 so that I can get theta. In other words, theta is actually alpha plus 35. So let's solve for alpha using the sine rule. Now using the sine rule or the law of sines, I can say that sine alpha, so sine alpha divided by the side opposite to alpha, and that is actually, so when I say alpha, I'm looking at this small angle right here. And so the side opposite to that is going to be 600. So sine alpha divided by 600 should be equal to sine 140, and the side opposite to 140 is actually the resultant, which is 1413.269 newtons. Alright, So from this I can write that alpha is nothing but the sine inverse of, that is 600 sine 140 divided by 1413.269. So again, let's pick our calculators. So pick your calculator to make sure that you convince yourself that whatever we are doing here is correct. So pick your calculator. What is the sine inverse of 600 sine 140 divided by 1413.269? What is that? And so I'm going to get 15.84. Okay, 15 no, let me check that again. 15.8. okay, so it's okay, 15.837. okay, that's fine. But you see, we are not looking for alpha, we are after theta. Now since alpha is 15.837, I can say that theta is nothing but 15.837 plus 35, and that is going to be, so once again, let's pick our calculators. Pick your calculator. What is that? It's going to be 15.837 plus 35, and what is that? 50.837. so 50.837. so to the nearest whole number I want to get 51 degrees. And so with respect to the x-axis, the angle is 51 degrees and the resultant is 1413.269. Thank you very much for watching.